Are you ready to expand your mind and challenge your beliefs? Look no further. Your digital doppelganger is here to bring you the latest and greatest ideas worth spreading. In today's video, we're going to talk about healthy eating tips for a strong immune system. With so many opinions and trends out there about healthy eating, it's hard to know what to eat. That's why many people stick to their conventional diets and rely on vaccinations and medication to fight colds, flu, and more serious illnesses. But there's a natural source of nutrients with healing properties, superfoods. After watching this video, you'll learn how to eat healthy and stay fit with green vegetables and other natural superfoods. You'll discover how they can help you not only fight colds and flu, but also prevent cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. You'll also learn about phytochemicals, why most medications can do more harm than good, and which supplements to avoid. So sit back, relax, and get ready to supercharge your health with Digital Doppelgänger. Let food be thy medicine. This was the advice of Hippocrates, the father of medicine in ancient Greece. His example shows that for millennia, humans have been exploring the healing powers of certain foods. Historical documents show that ancient Greeks and Egyptians used beneficial herbs and regenerative recipes to heal colds and strengthen their immune system. Nowadays, thanks to the latest nutritional science, we know more about the positive effects of these natural remedies. The secret lies in the so-called phytochemicals, chemical compounds that are responsible for the growth and survival of selected plants. Today, it is known that the human body also needs such plant substances to keep its immune system in shape. Some phytochemicals have amazing healing powers. They break down cholesterol, have antimicrobial effects, and inhibit the growth of cancer cells. Studies suggest that in conjunction with a healthy diet, they can even reduce the risk of HIV infection. Bacterial and viral infectious diseases continue to be some of the greatest health risks in our society. We should therefore hope that we humans consume sufficient phytochemicals. However, the opposite is true. The Western diet mainly consists of animal products, industrially processed foods, and anything that can be made from white wheat flour. In the United States, the average diet is only 10% vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds. And even this proportion does not provide people with enough phytochemicals because half of these 10% consist of potatoes, which contain very few healing plant substances. What is the result? Weak and vulnerable immune systems. Instead of naturally strengthening our defenses, we are becoming more and more dependent on medical care and medication. While medicine today is more advanced than ever, does that mean we should blindly rely on conventional medicine? There is no question that medicine has made great and important progress. For example, in the case of a severe car accident, you have a high chance of survival today because accident surgery is working more and more precisely. But apart from such emergencies, modern medicine is rather regressive. Why? Because it often treats only the symptoms of diseases and not their causes. Let's take the example of type 2 diabetes. This disease is currently treated with medication as a standard. However, a long-term study with over 90,000 participants showed that the two most commonly prescribed drugs for type 2 diabetes increase the risk of heart failure. At first glance, this result sounds shocking. But in fact, it should not surprise us when we consider the following fact. Drugs do not cure diseases, they alleviate symptoms. Type 2 diabetes, for example, often arises from a lack of physical activity and a high-calorie, but nutrient-poor diet. In addition, diabetes medication increases appetite. This makes it even more difficult for many patients to eat and live healthier. Vaccines are also promoted as a cornerstone of medical progress, but their effectiveness is often overstated. The annual flu vaccine, for instance, only protects against 10% of flu viruses in circulation and contains harmful chemicals like thimerosal. Superfoods, on the other hand, have been found to be effective in reducing cancer risk by interrupting DNA methylation, a process that can lead to cancerous growth. Superfoods like kale, broccoli, and cauliflower contain nutrients and phytochemicals that strengthen the body's immune system and prevent cancer. Increasing consumption of plant-based foods like cruciferous vegetables can significantly reduce the risk of cancer, while decreasing consumption can increase the risk. In summary, relying on medication and vaccines alone is insufficient to maintain good health, and incorporating superfoods into one's diet can provide significant health benefits. All of this shows that superfoods differ from other vegetables in their health-promoting effects. Studies by the Harvard School of Public Health have shown that a 20% higher consumption of plant-based foods reduces the risk of cancer by 20%. Of vegetables, crucifer feet, such as cabbage, rapeseed, arugula, horseradish, radishes, or broccoli, are the most powerful anti-cancer foods there are. Antibiotics and cold medications are often considered quick fixes for illnesses, but they can do more harm than good. Antibiotics are often touted as a cure-all for pesky illnesses, but the truth is, they only work against bacterial infections and are useless against viruses. Yet, 95% of all acute illnesses, including the common cold, are caused by viruses. So, in these cases, antibiotics are not only ineffective, but they can also do more harm than good. Antibiotics destroy a significant amount of the beneficial microorganisms in the gut, where 70% of our immune cells reside. This disruption can lead to painful digestive problems and a weakened immune system. Cold medications like aspirin plus C or Gripostat are also ineffective against colds. They only suppress symptoms, which can prolong the illness and lead to more severe health problems. For example, coughing is a critical self-healing mechanism of the immune system. It helps to expel dead cells and virus particles from the respiratory tract. Suppressing this function with cough suppressants can lead to chronic and dangerous conditions like pneumonia. A healthy diet is much more effective against most illnesses than antibiotics and cold medications. So, what are some superfoods you should include in your diet? Here are a few examples. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale. Berries like blueberries and raspberries. Nuts and seeds like almonds and chia seeds. Probiotic-rich foods like yogurt and kimchi. Many popular diet and nutrition programs focus on fats, carbohydrates, and proteins, and while these are important, it's equally important to focus on the right balance of these nutrients. To achieve a truly healthy diet, it's important to consume as many nutrients as possible and avoid excessive empty calories. One of the best sources of nutrients is colorful and particularly green vegetables, which provide your body with vital minerals, vitamins, fiber, and phytochemicals. On the other hand, processed foods such as bread and pasta contain many calories but very few nutrients, which can lead to the accumulation of waste materials in cells, accelerate the aging process, and increase the risk of cancer and cardiovascular disease. Many nutrition guides caution against consuming carbohydrates, but this is not necessarily the case. There are many carbohydrate-rich foods that are not only delicious but also healthy and rich in nutrients, such as beans, peas, tomatoes, berries, pumpkin, quinoa, wild rice, and potatoes. Similarly, it's important to consume the right types of fats and proteins. According to nutritionists, consuming too little fat can actually harm your health. A healthy diet should contain 15 to 30% fat, as long as you also consume enough nutrients. Finally, while all these important nutrients can be found in many foods, more and more people are turning to artificial supplements. However, it's important to read the fine print and ask yourself, is what I'm eating a natural plant-based source of calories? Salt is a staple in our diets today, but it wasn't always that way. Our ancestors naturally consumed around 600-800 milligrams of salt daily, while we currently consume an average of 3,500 milligrams per day. However, this increase in salt intake makes us more susceptible to diseases such as stomach cancer, osteoporosis, and heart attacks. Studies show a strong correlation between increased salt intake and high blood pressure, which is responsible for 62% of all strokes and 49% of all coronary heart diseases. Interestingly, seniors living in urban areas are more likely to suffer from high blood pressure than those in rural areas due to differences in their dietary habits. On the other hand, omega-3 fatty acids are crucial for reducing inflammation, controlling cell growth, and ensuring the brain's structure and functionality. To get these unsaturated compounds, it's best to consume foods such as hemp or chia seeds, walnuts, fish, and green vegetables. While there are supplements available like fish oil capsules, it's important to be aware of their risks, such as containing toxic levels of mercury. Therefore, it's best to opt for high-quality supplements from controlled algae cultivation. Reducing salt intake and consuming more omega-3 fatty acids are just two of the many ways you can improve your health in the long run. So next time you're concerned about your physical condition, remember these tips and try experimenting with new recipes using herbs instead of salt. That brings us to the end of today's video on strengthening your immune system with superfoods. As we've learned, relying solely on antibiotics and cold medicine is not a sustainable solution for our health issues. Incorporating superfoods like leafy greens and vegetables into our diets can provide us with essential nutrients and phytochemicals to fight off viruses, bacteria, and even serious diseases like cancer and coronary heart disease. So, let's make healthy food extra delicious. If you're not a fan of eating plain old Brussels sprouts, try adding them to a green smoothie with some tasty ingredients like pomegranate, apple, walnuts, and greens. Blend it all up, and you'll have a delicious, smooth, and super healthy smoothie that your immune system will thank you for. If you found this video informative and helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.